Hi and welcome to my wee channel, The Wandering Kilt. Today's video is Selkirk, a historic town and royal borough on the banks of the Ettrick Water. Locals are called suitors or shoemakers. Selkirk is one of the oldest royal boroughs in Scotland and indeed one of the oldest settlements in the Scottish borders. Selkirk originally had the Tyronnensian monks, known as the Grey Monks owing to their grey robes. They later moved to nearby Kelso and set about building an abbey there. The Kirk of the Forest dates to around 1138, and the spot is important for a few reasons. One being William Wallace was declared Guardian of Scotland here in 1297, an honour that placed him in charge of Scotland until a king could be crowned. And later on, several of the maternal ancestors of Franklin Delano Roosevelt are buried here. He was the 32nd President of the United States. Selkirk was no stranger to fighting, of course. 80 local men went off to fight at Flodden Field in 1513, and only one survived the carnage, Fletcher. He returned to Selkirk with a blood-stained English flag. Then we had the time of the Covenanters and the Civil War. The Royalist army of James Graham were stationed in the town, and his infantry were camped just below the town in Philiphaugh. Sir David Leslie and the Covenanters attacked the camp on the 13th of September 1645. They routed the royal force, and the Royalist cavalry arrived just too late to change the course of the battle and had to flee the field. The Royalist troops that were left behind were executed. Selkirk came to prominence later on owing to the wool and textile industry, although by the 1970s that had mostly gone. But the town is possibly best known for bannocks, which is a dry fruit cake that is really delicious. There is a statue in the town to intrepid explorer Mungo Park, who was born in Selkirk in 1771. He was one of the first Western explorers to document his travels in the Central Park of the Niger. He also travelled on board a slave ship, working as a doctor, and took time to learn the Mandinka language. He wrote that even though there were differences in skin colour and nose shapes, there was no difference in the genuine sympathies and characteristic feelings of our common bond. He died in 1806, drowning while trying to escape hostile natives. Moorish traders were concerned that he might be scouting out future trade routes for Britain and turned the local tribes against him. Tibby Tamson was a local woman that lived in the Kirk Wynd. She was treated with contempt by the locals as she was a bit slow. She was accused of stealing a length of yarn, but before she could be sentenced, she took her own life, and unable to get a proper Christian burial, she was duly placed in a pauper's coffin of pine, dragged out the town while her neighbours hurled stones and abuse at her. I'll just shut up and let's get on with it. Well, that was Selkirk. A nice enough place to visit, full of history. Sir Walter Scott worked here as a magistrate as well, and there's a local museum just opened, so there is plenty of things to see. There's a few good cafes here, and I had a great coffee in one of them, so you could easily spend a couple of hours here, I think. There's not too many shops though, but definitely worth a visit. Anyway, thanks for watching, and as I look at the big clock on the wall, I see that once again time is beating us, so until next time, bye for now.